Yo, shout out to the Most High. It's always a high see when we in our lower state. It's L-Deez. Also known Party Boy Lawrence the One for another episode of I Need to Know with my special guest. Introduce yourself, man.
Brownie Blendz, Oakland representative. What's up, my guys?
Brownie Blendz, Brownie Blendz, Brownie Blendz.
Glad y'all finally got me in the building.
You know what? It's all good, man. So before we get started, I like to ask people, how did you get that name, Brownie Blendz?
Man, the Brownie, that go way back to when I was born. You know, my mom and my auntie somehow collaborated on that and just been calling me Brownie. I didn't even embrace it at first. When I was, you know what I'm saying, going through elementary school and all that, I didn't even embrace it. But as I got older, I said, fuck it. Everybody was calling me Brownie. Then the blends came when I started cutting hair, you know what I mean?
Okay, so you cut hair.
Yeah.
Do you cut your own hair?
Nah, I used to, not too much, not much no more.
Who your favorite barber?
My barber right now, Barber Drew. That's who cut me up.
Oh, cut up. Get a little bit closer to the mic.
Barber Drew, that's who cut me. Yeah.
Okay.
Barber, he got out in Tracy.
Okay, for sure. So how'd you get into cutting hair?
I was just interested in it real young, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Real young, curious about it. I always thought it was dope as shit, though, you know what I'm saying? Seeing the barbers, you know what I'm saying? I always thought it was dope, though, seeing barbers, how they was kind of on stage, you know what I'm saying, doing their thing. I was like, man, y'all performing under a lot of pressure. So then I was like, okay, let's go. I'm gonna try this out. Yeah.
So was you one of them barbers back in the day, like when you was little, like your partners used to let you cut on their head and shit like that?
Oh, of course. I done fucked a lot of niggas. You feel me?
Yeah. So did you ever want to stop?
Nah, I kept doing this shit. That game been good to me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That game been good to me, real good.
Okay, so how good is it?
Shit, great. Shit, I didn't travel the world with them clippers. You know what I'm saying?
So how did you get? I seen you on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like you cut some professional ball players' hair, right?
Yeah. I've been doing that. That was really my entry, into the game. I've been in the barbershops for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Cutting hair, and then I ended up making some relationships in the league. You know what I'm saying? I started doing the writers cuts and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Then moved up. You know what I'm saying? Started doing some NBA stuff. You know, Draymond, that's my guy. Started with him, and then it just kind of took off from there. You know
so how did that even start? Like somebody just came in, or you met somebody, or you was at the game?
Instagram, man. Instagram. Way back, I done told this story a few times. This Lamar Woodley, when he signed with the Raiders, I sent him a DM years ago. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, we ended up linking up. It ended up working out. Next thing you know, we working. He introduced me to like a lot of his teammates in the Oakland Raider locker room when they was out here. And then through there, him being from Michigan, he introduced me to Draymond.
Okay.
We kept it rocking like that, and then it kind of just took off from there.
And that is how you DM somebody. You know.
Yeah, use that social media to your benefit.
You know what I'm saying? That's hella dope and shit like that.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's what it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, like I said, I got a little saying, like, my clippers done open more doors than keys ever have. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I didn't probably hit all 50 states with them things with me. You know what I'm saying? It's been great to me.
Like that. So you've been around the world with them clippers.
For sure.
You even hit HBO up?
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Yeah, so I ended up being a part of the shop, HBO. That's LeBron James' little show. I've been on part of every episode. It's about 8 episodes out right now.
Okay.
On streaming right now. I got another one that come out this Friday with actually Obama, looks like. Y'all seen the previews of that. Obama's going to be on that one, but I started that about 2 years ago. You know what I mean? Being a part of that. It's a talk show, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where guys get together and converse about real life, things. So it's been great to me, though. You know what I mean? It's been fun.
So it's called The Shop, and it takes place in a barbershop.
In a barbershop, exactly.
Any women allowed? Y'all had any women?
Yeah, for sure. We got a few women in there. Yeah.
Talk about one of the conversations that you felt like was one of the best conversations that you actually had in there.
Man, all of them. I mean, a lot of times I'm not even really. I'm just in there cutting. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And they sitting there having the conversation. But like I say, I didn't been a part of. I didn't heard some interesting things. You ain't checked it out yet? You gotta check that out.
I ain't checked it out all the way. I seen the little clip that you actually sent me, but I ain't checked it out.
Yeah, you gotta check it. You gotta check it out, man. I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's pretty dope though. Yeah, they talking some shit though.
You getting a check from that too?
Of course.
Fucking with LeBron, you gonna get a check, huh?
Of course, we gonna eat. Yeah.
So, is LeBron James the dopest or best basketball player of all time? Is what I want to know.
In my opinion,
yeah.
No, my opinion, Michael Jordan is to me it's the same conversation we just had when we was talking rap.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The only thing that matters is who you connect with. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All that it's so subjective. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So depending on what era you grew up in, you know what I'm saying? Me, I connected with Mike. You know what I mean? I got a closet full of Mike shoes. That was who growing up. That's who it was. So, but you know, everybody want to figure out who is LeBron, Mike, Kobe. Is it you go Bill Russell?
Now, see, now, I was on Facebook the other day, right? And somebody said if Bill Russell has 13 rings, then why isn't he considered the best all time?
Because like it ain't just about hardware. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me say something. He also has 5 final MVPs. So it ain't like that. I'm saying all that. My bad.
No, go ahead.
I'm saying all that to say like this. It ain't like he was just like, no disrespect to Robert Horry, but like it ain't like he was just like Robert Horry and hit some big shot. And shout out to Robert Horry because Robert Horry is a Hall of Famer to me. But I'm saying he is actually an MVP.
It's just I get that too, but it's just so much to factor in. You know, like I say, it's like music is so subjective. You know what I'm saying? So if you grew up if you didn't grow up in the era of the Bill Russell era, then you're not gonna have that much of an appreciation. You can't get that from highlights or somebody telling you about it. You had to experience it. You know what? We experienced the Mike era. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you. You know what my reply was?
What's that?
I believe in soulmates, right? Mm-hmm. And I believe soulmates, right, are people that you care about and love to death. Mm-hmm. But soulmates are also your biggest rivalries, too, because they help complete your legacy. Mm-hmm. So if you talk about David in the Bible, somebody would say shortly, Goliath.
Okay.
If you talk about Magic Johnson, somebody would say shortly, Larry Bird. Mm-hmm. With Bill Russell, you don't know any of the people that he actually had to rival against or go against. You know what I'm saying? So
now you're getting into another facet of that. Now you're getting into level of competition and
I mean that's all you're
getting into rule changes and you're getting into you know what I'm saying? It's a lot. You can take that conversation. You can say, okay, well, did they have the type of nutrition back then that they got now? That they have just never ended.
I don't think nutrition had anything to do with it because I could go back boxing to Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier. Yeah. And we just talking about the rivalry. Yeah. Because like when you think about every great person, I'm not saying shout out to Bill Russell, McClymonds High. When you think about every great person,
you think about moments.
And who they had to beat. If we don't even know, like I think it go back to like when you said it was subjective. We don't know who he had to actually beat to get to that point.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what I think is one thing I do think is special about, you know, LeBron.
Okay.
What's special about LeBron, in my opinion, is the fact that he was able to do it with so many it wasn't like he went to every team he went to was like a already made, you know what I'm saying, product. I guess Miami had some players up there. But I just feel like he took a bad Cleveland team, he took a bad LA team. They added AD, but LA wasn't on the radar.
Okay, can we just say one thing? That team that he played with, Dwayne Wade, right?
Yeah.
Shaq did the same thing. Shaq won right after him and Kobe had the divorce. Because that's what that shit was. A divorce. That's what, you know.
But see, Shaq was in a little long in the tooth by that time. You know what I'm saying? His better days was behind him. You feel me?
But he won a championship, though.
Yeah.
That next year.
Yeah, he did.
You know, Lakers, they don't stay bad long. You know, that's basketball royalty. They don't stay bad long.
Shit, what's long? Shit, they was on what? They was on what? Look, good little 8-year, 9-year drought.
What is that? You heard that? Oh, your phone on?
Yeah.
Okay, it's all good. You might gotta turn it off a little bit. Huh?
It was on a good 8-9 year drought.
It's all good. So yeah, they was on an 8-9 year drought.
Yeah, it's on. I think so. When last time? But since this one was last time, the Lakers won a championship.
I don't know, but haven't they won one every decade though? And ain't they always like right there?
That's the argument that Niner fans be making. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, we get stuck in like a moment. I'm not saying that the Niners is the same ilk as the Lakers championship wise, because it's a different game. But we get stuck in on one little moment in time. You know what I mean? And then we start thinking that all they do is win. Man, the Lakers done had some droughts, man.
Yeah, but they didn't have actually. Okay, this is what I want to know. This is what I want to know, right? Yeah. When you think about like dynasties, right? If a team wins one championship, but then they go to the championship 19 years in a row, but lose all 19, are they still a dynasty?
Yeah, I think so. I think like people will argue this with me, but I feel like the Buffalo Bills is a dynasty. To be honest with you, only because they never won. They never won, but I feel like, man, it's hard to go to the Super Bowl 3 years in a row, man. I don't care if you lost a big game. You got this. That's a hard road. You know what I'm saying? And they did it. Was that 3 years in a row?
I think it was like 4.
Was it 4? That's to me, I think they're a dynasty. I don't care what the world says. That's, you know what I'm saying? They're a dynasty to me. You know, so.
Okay. So is Draymond Green a Hall of Famer?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I never go against my brother. You know, and he's a Hall of Famer to me for multiple reasons. You know what I'm saying? The accolades is there. On top of that, I know how hard he worked. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that's I know how intelligent he is. I know how much he know the game. I know how much he studied the game. You know what I mean? I know how much he lifted his team up. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
I look at him like when I think of the Warriors, I look at him as like. He's the heart and the spirit of the team. Yeah, I think like Curry is like the offensive brain. I think Clay is the somewhat of the defensive brain. Him and Draymond. Yeah, and you know a lot of what they do, he don't necessarily show up on the, you know what I mean, on the stat sheet. You know, he didn't put up numbers. You know what I mean, but he adds so much else to that other stuff to that ball club, man. That really lift that team. You know what I mean. So I mean, you look at it, DPOY, championships, I mean, gold medals, 3-time All-Star, like, you know what I'm saying? He got all that. He got all that, you feel me? So it's just but it is what it is. I personally think he's a Hall of Famer. Okay, so say like on some fantasy basketball, if Chris Mullin played in the place of Klay Thompson, you think they would ever still win a championship?
Man, if was a fifth, I don't know, man. I think because Chris Mullin don't even compare to Klay Thompson.
Okay, like not even point wise.
Nah, not even. You know what I'm saying? Klay was a good defender. Klay's a good defender, great shooter, all that. I don't even think it's close, to be honest. Klay is arguably one of the greatest. Like, you could argue him and Steph. That's a toss up sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So like, nah. I don't think Chris Mullin has ever been in the greatest shooter conversation. He was great, but has he ever been in that conversation? I could be wrong. Y'all have to help me.
Well, you know what? I'm going to say this. I don't think that he can shoot as good as Reggie Miller. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But back in the day, like, he would be in that same conversation, though.
Chris Mullin?
Yeah, Chris Mullin was
a great 3-point shooter. He had a great shot. But, I mean, when you talking about the greatest, if you, like, you think of Reggie Miller, you think of Klay. I'm drawing a blank, but yeah, them
Ray Allen.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. But yeah, you think of them type of guys when you think of greatest shooters. You know
well, the thing is that they could actually like come off the dribble and pull up in your face. Chris Mullin is around the screen, around the screen. Like he's still like, I think like he finished like averaging like about 22 or 23 like for the Warriors or something like that.
Yeah. Man, but I remember. See, I came up. I was around them days though. Chris, Tim Hardaway, Mitch Richmond. You know what I'm saying? I remember all them. You know,
Run
all
TMC.
them, we thought we had something a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? They was exciting to watch, but nothing like we saw. You know what I'm saying?
Oh hell no.
Nothing like we saw recently. You know what I'm saying? With the We Believe. You know what I mean?
So I was on your page and stuff like that, and you had this banging song. You a rapper too.
Man, that was my first love, music, you know what I'm saying, back in the day before I got into that. I had let it go out of high school. I went to Skyline. I used to always, those that know me know I used to get down, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, that was one of my first loves, yeah.
Okay, so what was you called back in the day?
Back in the day, we used to have a group, me and my partner Peanut from Funktown. We had a group called Tom Mattel. He went to Ohio and went to Skyline. And we used to,
Wait, is Peanut from the Twumps?
He from Funktown, close enough.
I think I know Peanut.
Ate that.
I think I know Peanut.
You probably do. You know
He went to Ohio?
Yeah, he went to Ohio, yeah.
Like, would he be like class in 96?
96.
Yeah, I know Peanut.
Yeah,
shout out to Peanut. I ain't seen Peanut in hella long.
That's my brother, man. Yeah,
how he doing?
Yeah, he doing good, man. He out in Stockton right now. But
okay,
yeah,
Peanut. He used to love Bad Influence hella much back in the day.
That's our family. Yeah, that's our people. Yeah, that's our people. You know what I mean? That's what we came up with.
Yeah, for sure.
Ant, you know what I mean?
Okay, for sure. Yeah, Ant was raw.
Yeah,
rapping around and that Dilly Dog was raw.
For sure. That's who instilled the idea of actually paying attention to lyricism was, you know what I'm saying, was watching them two work, you know what I'm saying, for so many. Me and Dilly still, you know, rest in peace around, but me and Ant, we really close, you know, me and Ant brothers best friends, Phil.
Okay.
And we watched them for years, man. We saw the detail they put in the lyrics and stuff, so that's kind of what we came up under, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah, like rapping around, like I like when they kind of, you know, cause like when they got like better a little bit, as far as like around Cell Block. After Cell Block, they styles kind of took like a different shape.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, after Cell Block, it wasn't really too much.
Ill.
They didn't really do much after Ill. That's my dog. Shout out to Mr. Ill. Yeah, he slid down for did the little song with it too. But Ill, I felt like after Cell Block, things started to kind of taper down because, you know, I think Ron died shortly after that. You know what I'm saying? So,
he did. He died shortly after that. Yeah. But that's where I kind of like seen like the difference, like when them growing as like rappers. Yeah. Like when they come in and they like Tupac, right? Yeah. You got Me Against the World, Tupac, and then you got All Eyes on Me and Machiavelli, Tupac. Yeah. He raps a little bit different.
I got you.
You know, you could hear like the growth in him like actually sinking in his style.
I got you. But shit, man, one of the dopest songs that Oakland I don't necessarily like hear people talk about a lot, but that All Wrapped Up that Dilly Dog did.
When he's saying all the rappers.
Yeah, that shit, if you go back and listen to that shit, that was one of the coldest songs, you know what I'm saying, that come up out of here, you know what I mean? And I listen to it to this day, and I be like, damn, how he do that? How he put that, you know what I'm saying? And it all flows. So to me, you know what I'm saying, I had been seeing the growth, you know what I'm saying, and them two dudes, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they was ahead of their time, you know what I'm saying, lyrics wise, coming from up out of here. You know, the Bay, Oakland, we ain't really, we like a lot of people don't know. They say, you hear people say, you know, we ain't really a lyrical, you know what I'm saying, place. But man, it was some dudes back in the day that was like on some real lyrical, you know what I'm saying? You know, right now we got Fab in it, but then back then you had Father Dom was lyrical, you know what I'm saying? Goldie was lyrical, you know what I'm saying? And Ron was lyrical. We had some lyrical dudes. Scary X was lyrical, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Dudes was lyrical.
You know, Rappin' Ron got one of the rawest hip hop verses of all time.
Which one?
Vicious.
Oh yeah. It's Ron time. It's the same Ron. Was that Vicious? Or was that on Game Time?
That was on
Game
you
Time.
mixed them. You mixed them.
Okay.
You mixed
Taking the same rhymes, breaking down
the two MCs at the same time. Yeah, he was a fool for that.
Ron used to go crazy.
I always say that I look at Ron like it's the West Coast answer to Big L. As far as, but I think Big L was like smoother. I think Ron is rougher, but I think they pretty much be doing the same thing.
Yeah, when you look at how naturally rapping came to Ron, it's scary. You know what I'm saying? Had you know what I'm saying? That tragic night not happened. It's scary to know where he probably would have took it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lyrically, because he was just scratching the surface with it. You know what I'm saying? I always thought that. I was a big fan of Dilly because Dilly to me had like his vocabulary was crazy, you know what I'm saying? But Ron had like that natural, just it just came natural, you know what I'm saying? Ron down there probably could have freestyled the whole album. That's how cold he was, you know.
You know what? They was very much alike. I would say if I had to say like, because sometimes I couldn't tell them apart. I would say, though, that Ron was kind of like a little bit looser just because he used to freestyle when Diddley just had a little bit more structure.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, you know, that's true. That's true. And in personality, you know what I'm saying? You know, Ron was the bubbly character. Diddley was the cool one, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just, you know, that's really how it was, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Earlier, you was talking about that your favorite rapper is Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Okay, explain that.
Man, I feel like, you know, I feel like when it comes to music, it's so subjective. And it all make for good conversation, but at the same time, I feel like your favorite gonna be like a lot of these dudes be talking about who their favorite is for the sake of conversation. Then you be like, man, pull up your library, and then they don't got all that shit. So I be like, if you used to pull up, you know what I'm saying, my library, you gonna see everything. You know what I'm saying, Jay-Z done done.
Yeah.
And you can't deny what you know what I'm saying. That's who I connected with musically. You know what I'm saying? He was the cadence, you know what I'm saying, all that. You know what I'm saying? You know, business-wise, the whole shit, the swag, everything. You know what I'm saying? I just became a big Hov fan. I just like how he go about his business. You know what I'm saying? So he was also like when a lot of dudes, I like Pac. You know what I'm saying? Pac dope as shit. Pac one of my favorites too. You know what I'm saying? But when I say about somebody I connected with musically was Jay-Z, was one of the dopest to me. You know
Is there an album out of Jay-Z's that you feel like is part of your lifetime soundtrack?
Man, shit. All of them, you know, I like that Blueprint, you know what I'm saying? That Blueprint is one of my favorites.
First one?
But to me, the first one, yeah. The dopest the album to me that like a lot of that gets slept on, and that was well put together by Jay-Z was that American Gangster, man. Me and my cuz, we sit back and we listen to that album, you know, all the time. You know what I'm saying? We sit and we like, damn, man, how did he put an album together that describes the movie so perfectly? And if you ever wrote a rap and put a bar together, you know, like there's moments during that time where you like, man, I gotta come back to this. Yeah. Because it ain't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But when he put that together, you know, however many songs was on there and it matched the movie perfectly and he told the story. But to me, that was one of the dopest albums, you know what I'm saying, that Jay-Z did was American Gangster in my opinion. You know? Yeah.
You know, one of my favorite Jay-Z albums is that Reasonable Doubt.
Reasonable Doubt. See, that was the first one. So that's gonna always be like most people will say that because that's how they say, what Nas had Illmatic.
Well, this is what I want to say. I'm gonna add on to that. I think Reasonable Doubt was dope just because it came out at the same time it was written came out. Yeah. And then And All Eyes on Me. Yeah. So them 3 albums, you didn't really need nothing outside of them 3 albums.
Yeah. Yeah. It was kind of hard when I think that album kind of got clouded out a little bit, I think, because I think right when that album came out or right after that album, that's when the whole little West Coast, East Coast shit started happening.
It wasn't no West Coast, East Coast. It was Bad Boy versus Death Row.
You know what the narrative was, though.
Too Short did a song with Biggie, right? Too Short did a song with Biggie and Kim. You know, the Bay was out of that shit.
Hey, you say, but you say that, and if you ask 50% of the niggas from the Bay, niggas gonna be like, man, I was right. Like they make their argument. They gonna say, man, Pac didn't fuck with Jay-Z, so I ain't fuck with Jay. A lot of niggas gonna say that. I'm telling you, bro. They gonna. So we was in that shit from a distance. Man,
You know, but Sure was on Biggie shit. Sure was on Biggie shit, and he
Sure was on Jay-Z shit too.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We wasn't, you know, and that's our representative.
Yeah,
you know, if Show,
sure.
you know, if Show can fuck with it, we fucking with it. You know, am I lying about that? No.
Yeah,
if Show can fuck with it, if Show don't it, we fucking with it.
But that's the thing about music. I don't even know why music, sports, all that. I don't even know why everybody gotta agree on the same thing. That's what be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I be like, shit, whatever your vibe is your vibe. Whatever you fuck with is, you know what I'm saying?
You think it has anything to do with black people just being tribal?
I think it's absolutely. Yeah, that's why they on Ice Cube neck right now. They ain't do nothing.
Okay. You want to explain that?
Nah, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Ice Cube trying to do something, and he getting, you know what I'm saying, crucified for trying to do something. You know what I mean? But since we follow narratives so much and so often that
when you say follow narratives, what do you mean by that?
I mean by that, you know, like black people, we have a particular narrative that, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to like what we need or what we think we need, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like a group thing. So we say, if majority of us, social media that made it worse, so if a majority of us say like, man, this ain't what we with, then you know what I'm saying, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Black Twitter, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? I've been hearing about, you know what I'm saying, everybody just gangbang it. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, they said Ice Cube was saying something like this. He was saying that just know who you voting for. Like, don't just like waste your vote. If you're gonna vote for somebody, make sure that they have something in it for you.
Yeah, and he make them earn, you know what I'm saying? Make them earn it. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you look at the country, I mean, shit, we ain't really had we've been in the same circumstances forever, no matter who was in office. So he looking at it like that. He like, we need to find the best person for our agenda. You know what I'm saying? For the black agenda, who's gonna do the most for us? And that's what he on. But we so Republican, Democrat based, and I understand the Trump shit. We really do got to get him out of there. So I do get that because I be so out of pocket. But at the same time, we so Democrat, Republican based, and we so focused on that we miss sight of, you know what I'm saying, on
vote?
On what's really happening. Yeah, I vote. I vote.
Okay.
Yeah, I vote. I try to.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say I've been perfect. I probably didn't miss.
You gonna vote coming up?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Gotcha.
You gonna vote?
Yeah, I think I may vote. You know what I'm saying? I think I might vote for Kanye.
You ain't. I'm big on, I follow Dr. Claude, you know what I'm saying, Anderson. Like, I believe he, you know what I'm saying, he make the most sense when we look at the whole political climate and all that. You know, I feel like, I don't think none of it. I think money control all. It's just so at the end of the day, until we get our bread right, until we start making better decisions with that, I think we gonna always be behind the 8 ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just shit. You got enough. You get your bread right, build. You know what I'm saying? Build something. Shit. You can create. You can pay off the politicians. They don't matter. You know what I'm saying? They about they dough.
Yeah. Wasn't Ice Cube actually saying that he was trying to get us some money and shit like that?
Yeah, he trying to get a bunch of stuff like this. It's like a contract for black people or something like that. He was working on. I don't necessarily know all the details. I don't think nobody's seen it but the people he sat with. But because he presented it to the Republicans as well, he caught a lot of backlash for that. You know what I'm saying? They feel like, I guess everybody feel like he shouldn't even be talking to Trump and his, you know what I'm saying, all that. He should just been focused strictly on the Democrats.
So you talk to a lot of people, right? Mm-hmm. So I know that you've actually heard this, and tell me how you feel about this. Have you ever heard one of your friends defending Trump and said that he actually did more for black people than Obama?
Man, you hear that all the time, you know, and sometimes you have to sometimes you got to do your own little due diligence, do your own research. You know what I'm saying? I be hearing that, but a lot of people, there's a lot of black people that went out and voted for Obama just because he was black. There's a lot of, you know what I'm saying, people that went out and voted for Trump because they hate the fact that it was a black president in there, and that fired him up, and he knew that. You know, his base knew that. But I do hear a lot of people, you know what I'm saying that, but maybe they did their research and found something that, you know what I'm saying, that it just all depends, you know what I'm saying? It just all depends. But I think in a situation like right now, I don't think it's a time to be divided. I think it's a time where that we just gotta really clean house with this one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I say, I don't put nothing past. America ain't never been great for black people. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it.
And what about, have you been hearing some negative things about the Black Lives Matter movement?
I've heard so much. I heard so much stuff about that, but that's why all I focus on is the actual word, Black Lives Matter, and that's the fact. So I try not to get, I ain't with no organization, or I don't know about all that, or who started it. I be hearing that, I hear they try to tie a lot in with the feminist movement, and they try to piggyback. Like, I don't know about any of that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, but if it's about equality for people, period, I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, to the actual words, Black Lives Matter, that's all I focus on. That, you know what I'm saying? That's real. So, but you know what I mean? So I don't get into like who started it or what the organization and or you know what I'm saying, where they getting funding from. You know how people go. It's so much stuff on the internet, man. You get caught up in it. That's why you gotta do your own homework, research, and you know what I mean? It's really
Yeah. So 2020 has been a monster.
Yeah.
We know that.
Yeah.
With the coronavirus and stuff like that. Do you feel like coronavirus was a man-made bioweapon of some sort?
I think everything wrong with the planet was man-made. To be honest with you, everything good about the planet was natural. All that shit is man-made. I don't know if I don't feel like. Do I feel like Trump pulled up at a lab and created it? But I just feel like it was man-made. Yeah.
So you don't believe that it like came from rats or a bat soup or something like that?
No, I feel like it was, you know what I'm saying? You got leaked experiments, you know what I'm saying? That's all I feel. I don't know. I'm not no big conspiracy theorist though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because one reason I'm not a real big conspiracy theorist is they make a lot of good points, but the conversation, everything usually stops with their points. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't really see a lot of conspiracy theorists don't be the most active people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On the planet. They just great conversationalists and they get your anxiety up, you know what I'm saying? But they don't really, I don't see them on the front lines really, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to make actual change, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where I be at.
So say this happened, right? Say they said that you had to get a vaccination. Would you get one?
Nah, I wouldn't get no vaccine. I wouldn't get no vaccination. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I might have one flu shot in my life. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. But I think that's it. I don't think I'll get no vaccination.
Yeah. Is there a reason why?
Good. Cause I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know, what's in it. I also feel like the numbers is these coronavirus these numbers, when you look at it, I be thinking when they be having, like, I know it's real, but I be looking like when y'all got 200,000 something people and we shutting the country down behind it, I be thinking like, damn, we all would like, the way we reacted to it, you would think people would be out there dropping dead, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, on this constantly, and I don't know, man. But I definitely wouldn't take no vaccination. But
You think they tagging numbers? You think they inflating numbers?
I think they absolutely inflate numbers. Absolutely, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I think people going into the hospital with other shit going on.
And
that's what's happening. That don't mean it ain't real. You know what I'm saying? My mama ain't finna be outside. You know what I'm saying? And we taking all, the precautions. You know what I mean? So as much as we can, you still gotta live life. You feel me?
Definitely. You know any person that contracted it?
Yeah, I know a few people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of friends of friends, and you know what I'm saying? A lot of that stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of social media. I've been seeing people that passed from it, and a lot of people passed, and they said it was because of it, and you've been going back and forth with it, trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? So, but nobody in my family has, you know what I'm saying, directly have been affected by it. You know what I'm saying?
And what do you think the answer is to like the police brutality?
Man, that's a tough one. I don't even have that shit so sad. I think I saw a video earlier today, man, where somebody got hit in front of his mama. If that was real, I don't even know. Somebody sent that and police shot him in front of his mom. I think that shit. But that's what I think when we got to get into, like, the other parts of that ballot, you know what I'm saying? And some of them positions in the office, you know, the House, the Senate, the legislation, all that, you know what I'm saying? We got to get those got to be changed. Definitely, a whole thing need to be reformed, in my opinion. Like it's crazy. I ain't know, because the black man don't feel safe. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't no reason for us to be, you know, driving through the town or something. You know what I'm saying? And feeling like if we get pulled over if they get behind us, it ain't no reason for us to feel like, man, I could possibly die tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and the crazy part about that is it don't even matter. Even if you did something wrong, you still shouldn't be feeling like that. You know what I'm saying? They be like, well, what did he do? And try to tarnish the character. I'd be like, man, even then you shouldn't feel like that. It should be routine stop. You know what I'm saying? Boom, get your ticket, take you to jail, whatever they got to do. But that shit crazy, man.
So what's your answer when white people say, well, white people get killed by the police officers too?
Man, I don't know. I don't think it's the way shit. I ain't been seeing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't see that. All I know about is what I see. I guarantee the numbers don't reflect that. If they do, that's news to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
You know, all this shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I think that probably some of the one of the solutions is that it gotta probably do something like what the body cameras say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think, like, if somebody come up dead, like, in the body camera ain't on or something like that.
Man, yeah. But what we got to do, man, we got, man, if y'all ain't never heard of Dr. Claude Anderson and heard of Powernomics, man, check him out. He got a lot of good stuff. We got to get right.
Yeah.
We got to get right economically, man, so we can really
Dr. Claude Anderson, like, who is he?
He's a doctor. He's a PhD. He's old. He used to be in the politics as well, but right now he do a lot of speaking and talking about like activist work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if you pull him up on YouTube or catch any of his books, he talk about a lot of these things. But he got a whole little history of doing this type. He's actually been inside, you know what I'm saying, the government, so he knows how things kind of work a little bit. But his theory on this actually makes the most sense. And he got a book out called Powernomics. It's all about, man, like us, you know, group economics, us putting, you know, coming together, getting our bread right and really affecting change that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep,
so is he like a politician, or is he just like a famous book writer, or is he like...
He is ex-politician, but, you know, he talked about all the seats he held. I don't really understand, know the names. He has some titles and stuff like that, but yeah, he been in the politics for a long time and stuff. I got introduced to him. I watched the interview he did on the Breakfast Club. You know what I'm saying, with Charlamagne and them, and that's why I did start doing some little research from there.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, man, he making a lot of sense right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dr. Claude Anderson.
And I always ask this question. Some of the things that are going on in hip-hop right now, right? Mm-hmm. Talk about some of the things that are going on in hip-hop now that you didn't think that you would ever see when you was a teenager.
Man, I didn't never think bars would go away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't think it would come. I didn't know we would have we would be so auto-tune-ish. I didn't know we would be like, I didn't know the lyrical part of hip-hop would go the direction that, you know what I'm saying, it is now. But, you know what I'm saying, it's slowly coming back. And I like a lot of people hate on like a lot of the younger dudes, but I actually fuck with them, man. I like, you know what I'm saying, some of the younger cats. I fuck with, like, you know what I'm saying, like the Lil Babies and them, and, you know what I'm saying, the Baby. I like their music. Lil Durk, one of my favorites, you know what I'm saying, of the new generation. But
yeah,
I think bars is slowly starting to, you know what I'm saying, return. I've been hearing some dudes come up out of here, even out of here, that's really, you know what I'm saying, that is really spitting that shit now. You know what I mean? So that's what I see what's going on. It's starting to return because of everything that's going on, your content is important right now. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
It ain't like, if you ain't talking about nothing, you know what I'm saying, like, shit, you're gonna start losing people's ears right now. Got to be meaningful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Did you like Nipsey Hussle?
Yeah. I've been on record. You know what I'm saying? Going back to like 2013, where I was posting about Nipsey Hussle, right? When nobody was, you know what I'm saying, nobody was fucking with him. I put a lot of cats on, you know what I'm saying, the Nipsey Hussle music. You know what I'm saying? In my circle, you know what I'm saying. I've been fucking with Nip. You know what I'm saying? That hit hard. I was in Miami.
Yeah.
When I got that news, you know what I'm saying, that fucked up the whole weekend. You know what I'm saying, when that happened. But
Yeah.
I was a big Nipsey Hussle song. You know what I'm saying. My favorite Nipsey Hussle song is that 4 a.m. off that Crenshaw album. That's my favorite.
Mine is
song.
Double Up.
Like Double Up, yeah.
I like Double Up.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting woke to Dom Kennedy too. I've been heard of him, but you know, like
Dom. I ain't never really got into Dom. I been hearing about him, but I never really dug in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I never really dug. I'm heavy. I'm heavy. I like Mozzie a lot. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with him a lot.
Mozzie is off the hook.
Yeah, Mozzie go crazy. You know what I'm saying?
He be using some big ass words.
He's another rapper when it comes to like natural rapping.
Yeah.
He remind me like that's how Ryan was with it, just fluent with it. You know, Mozzie just seemed like a rapper nigga. I fuck with Mozzie. I like a lot of. I be listening to a lot of Bay music right now. You got a lot of niggas out here that's from here doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got Simba. I even like some younger niggas like I don't know if y'all Young JR. You know what I'm saying? Young JR,
is he from 9-0?
Yeah.
I heard of
like
Young JR. Shout out to Young JR.
Yeah,
He's supposed to bring his ass on this show, man.
Some about that nigga energy. You know what I'm saying? When I tap in, when I tap in, I be like, yo, big homie, my little Hank put me on him.
You know
he put me on Young JR.
Young JR from 9-0.
Yeah,
and
I was like, damn, this nigga like he got some energy. You know what I'm saying? I love that. You know what I'm saying? He got that little energy. So I be following him. I be hoping niggas like that. I be hoping, you know what I'm saying, do well. And, you know, of course, Stalin and all them.
Yeah, shout out to Jay Stalin. Jay Stalin, man, he I did an interview with him, right? He got a banging ass album coming out. I heard it. You know, we was chilling. He said, "Hey man, the shit is solid. If I'm miking this shit in the source, this shit 4 3/4 for sure."
Yeah. Stalin, that's my dog. We always had a little low key rap conversations. You know what I'm saying? I send a nigga some shit. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you know, you got Dot and Tweed and them doing their thing.
Dot and Tweed is on the motherfucking beast. The mechanics.
Yeah. But shout out my dog too, Big Zeke, who did the shit with formerly the Big Zeke, the politician. He did the track and the hook for that little joint that I had put out. You know what I'm saying? And the little remix with Ant Ryan not Ryan and Ill and Vidal and them. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Zeke. He doing his production thing too. But I like the direction of rap music. You know what I'm saying? And from the Bay is going right now. You know what I'm saying? I love everything Fab doing. We got some good energy right now coming up out of here, man. You know what I mean? So.
You know who I thought was hella raw? Young Gully.
You know what?
I've heard a few tracks from him.
I came across Blood Page, and I thought it was dope as well. I didn't really tap in, but I've been meaning to double back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I know he know what he talking about. You know what I'm saying?
I've heard a few songs with Gully, and I've never been disappointed.
Yeah,
like
really, yeah.
He
I
kind of
tap back in.
Yeah, he kind of reminded me like how Nip, right?
Yeah.
He'd take a word and he'd rap the whole verse in that word.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Yeah,
What's the name is like that. Gully is like that, like in that same light. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I gotta tap back in, man. I be fucking with Low Key too. Nigga ain't from here. I don't know where he from. I think he from Jersey or something. But Sue Surf. I think he was like a battle rapper.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. I've heard.
Yeah, that nigga be going to me. You know what I'm saying? He be going on some East Coast shit like nigga Benny the Butcher right now going crazy.
I was gonna ask you about Benny.
That nigga going crazy, bro. Like he going crazy right now.
That album that he got is knocking like that.
Yeah, that nigga going. Oh, I can't even mention. Once it just brought me back. The niggas
Griselda?
No, not to. I'm just back to the Bay. Them niggas doing D Sharp and them, and you know what I'm saying? That East Shore Highway, all them dudes going. Manny Draper and all them, they going too. You know what I'm saying?
Have you heard Larry June?
My young partner, I ain't really tapped in. My young partner tried to put me on Larry June. What type of music is Larry's like?
Larry June is like, okay, I'm gonna tell you. Larry June is like, he's smooth, kind of like comical, like Mac Dre, but not as silly. He laid back, kind of like Jacka, but it's like Mac music.
I got you.
It's like smoke weed.
Oh,
Mac music.
So it's a vibe.
Yes, he say, I don't got cash on me. I don't keep cash on me. I'm the big homie. I thought I was rich till I met my rich homie.
Oh shit.
Shit like that.
But look, my young partner pulled up on me one day. He was like, "Man, this is the hottest shit right here. This is the hottest shit in the streets." I
Cruise
said,
USA.
He said, Larry Jones. I said, "Man, I said, Larry Jones." He said, "Yeah, put this in." And so it was a little vibe, but like I said, I ain't really tap in yet.
Cruise USA is going crazy.
It's going crazy. I gotta tap in.
If you got Spotify,
Yeah.
he got 4 albums back to back. You know what I'm saying? 4 albums back to back, and they all short albums, like about 23 minutes.
I gotta tap in. I'm gonna tap in.
So you be like, damn, which one? Which one? Yeah, shout out, man. Larry June shit going crazy.
I'm gonna tap in, man.
He got Dom Kennedy on his shit.
Do he?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tap in.
Have you ever heard of Morpheus?
Nah, I ain't heard of Morpheus.
He from North Oakland. Like when it come to like somebody that just got lyrics though,
Yeah.
I think he probably was the best lyricist from Oakland though.
You think so?
Morpheus?
I gotta hear him.
Morpheus?
I gotta hear him.
This is like he passed away like way, I think, in the 2000s.
Got you. He ain't with us no more.
No, he ain't with us no more. But like the shit that he was actually saying is raw to the motherfucker. Like you ain't heard no shit like this though.
Yeah. We got some lyricists out here.
So
man, I be paying attention.
So why do you think that when they always talk about the greats, like the rap greats, why don't you think it's ever like 2 or 3 people on the hip hop greatest?
From here?
Yeah.
Because I just feel like we ain't really known for, you know what I'm saying? We ain't really known for lyricism like that. You know what I'm saying? And the biggest artists that we had from here, you know what I'm saying, rap wise, you'd have to say, you know, I mean, G-Eazy kind of a pop guy. You got 40 and Short, you know what I'm saying? But you could, I mean, Short ain't that like lyrical type, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He ain't that type of MC, you know. Short a game spitter, and you know 40 the same. So I think that's probably why. But it's all.
So I just gotta interject real quick. Do you look at E40 as a lyricist?
I do. I look at E40 I look at him as a lyricist, and I think he's a lyricist that, you know, hip hop started really in New York. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of it's even documentaries out called The Art of 16s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think they kind of created what a 16 is supposed to sound like. I just feel like, you know, 40 was unorthodox, you know what I'm saying, with it. But he was barred up. It may not be a traditional, you know what I'm saying, way of spinning, but you gotta say, you know, especially in the earlier stuff, you know what I'm saying, you gotta say he was, you know, but he's a game spitter too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think, but 40 gonna go down as one of the greats, man. For real.
Yeah.
Everybody know that, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely, I definitely think that because I mean I actually like think it's certain rappers, right?
Yeah.
Like when I think of Nas, I think Nas is actually hella tight on the microphone, right?
Yeah.
But I would say that if I say like you didn't listen to rap, but you only read rap lyrics, let's just say like rap was not over beats, you just read rap lyrics.
Yeah.
Nas would be up there. Nas would probably be the greatest rapper of all time with the likes of Andre 3000.
Andre 3000 was raw.
E40 is in that same conversation. When you actually gotta, like, what are you doing if you reading this shit? I'd be more hipper than a hippopotamus. Get off your head like a neurologist. Got a pattern by the name of Apocalypse. I'm pushing my weight to Nautilus. Just reading that shit is dope as fuck.
Yeah, 40 he went on, you know, and I started listening to 40 in like the 8th grade too, man.
Yeah.
Back when Federal, you know what I'm saying, back when Federal came out, you feel me?
Yeah.
And he definitely a lyricist, man. I used to be able to recite that shit, bro. Like when he was like spitting it fast, you know what I'm saying? I used to be able to recite that shit word for word. You know
For sure.
back in the day, yeah. So.
Well, yeah, man. Before we get out of here, man, tell people where they can find you at.
Man, you can find me on Instagram, Brownie_Blendz. And everywhere, same thing, Brownie Blendz, yo. Hit me up.
Okay, and that's for what, the song? The shop?
Yeah, that's the shit. You can hit the shop is airing right now on HBO. Y'all can stream that. We on there. You could Spotify for the music, all that. Just type in Brownie Blendz. Everything gonna pop up on you. Podcast, all that. Shout out to Shayla Bang.
And what's the podcast?
Podcast One Against the Grain podcast. Yo. Tap in with us. We on Spotify. All that.
Okay. Well, I am L-Deez for another episode of I Need to Know with my special guest, Brownie Blendz. And as usual,
Let's go.
Come on, you know what I want.